Real quick, watch these geese almost lose their life.
It's on my camera. Oh, oh, yo! He almost just hit them.
I have these returns to make. This is for FedEx, this is for UPS. They're at 2 separate locations. Should be a 7-mile round trip from my house, so we're gonna see how good this bike can do.
Time to go.
I have my packages back there. I weigh about 130 pounds. See if this bike can take us the whole way with no pedal assist, pure electric. Here are 2 videos showing the acceleration. I don't have the actual speed, but you can get a feel because there's cars around me. My foot has a giant gash in it. I had to get surgery and I am not able to pedal. So this is going to be a full electric range test. Going into the freeway overpass is a pretty steep hill, and this bike seemed to handle it just fine. It did not really slow down, and on the way downhill, I feel like I was definitely going over 15 miles per hour. So before riding this bike a couple days earlier, I charged the battery to 100%. I rode about 8 miles today, and we're still at basically between 100 to 75%. I discovered this while riding. If you're going on speed 3, it's like 15 miles per hour. You should probably have some glasses that cover your entire eyes. I was using aviators, and I constantly had things getting in my eyes. Not gonna make that mistake again. While we take a ride, let's look at the specs of the bike. So you have max speed up to 15.5 miles per hour. You have your max range up to 15 miles per hour. I'm riding in mixed terrain, so I feel like this is a real world test. You have your climbing angle, product weight, which is really important. If you're folding it and lifting it, it's going to be about 50 pounds. So just make sure you can lift 50 pounds, and not just 50 pounds, 50 awkward pounds. Because when it's folded up, it is a bit awkward to lift. There's not really a handle or anything, so you kind of have to just grab it at specific parts and lug it along. You have your weight limit, which is 265 pounds. So you can kind of fit 2 people on it. They probably have to sit in the middle of you, so somewhere right here. Maybe 3D print some foot pegs and they can stand up right there. It's a 350 watt motor, nothing powerful, but at this price, it's not that bad. Pedal assist, 3 levels. I'm always on level 3. They're all-terrain wheels. However, if we look at the bike, there's a small shock in the back and it is not that good. There's no front shocks, so just be wary of that. The brakes are also not the best. They'll definitely stop you though. Charging time is up to 5 hours. We also have the product dimensions, the folded dimensions, unfolded dimensions. The path today was really straightforward, just going from my house to the park and back. It's about 8.3 miles, and yesterday we did about 7.8 miles. And when I got home and checked, I still had 2 teeth left on the battery, so there's going to be another 3rd day of range testing. So I biked from my house to the park, and to the park back to my house. The battery died right in the middle, so once you're at the last tooth, you have about half a mile left. Once it hits 2 bars, I would not ride anything past that, or at least definitely use pedal assist, not full electric, because you're going to run out of range real quick. So I'm going to say the max range this has is really accurate at the 15 miles it claims. Taking a quick look at the bike, we have the handlebars, we have your inputs, you have your 2 brakes or front and rear, you're going to have a throttle, and then one that's just a regular handlebar. The stem is pretty long and it's adjustable. You have disc brakes in the front and the rear. The cable is nicely routed through, and there's a part where you can charge the battery while it's still in the bike. In the back, there's a metal peg that goes into the disc brake, and you can lock it so it actually prevents someone from riding your bike and taking it away, which is a pretty nice precaution. You use the key to lock and unlock it. Taking a look at the other side, you can see the shock. It is extremely small. You have the chain, which is mostly covered, and the frame feels really good. We're going to start folding it now, so you're going to want to push this little clip back and out. I'm going to go on the other side and basically use my leg to hold the back of the bike still while I collapse the front in. From there, you can just fold down the handlebars, and you have a tiny bike. It is pretty small, but again, 50 pounds, it is relatively heavy, especially it being at an awkward weight. You're going to use the key to slide out the battery. It's going to be 48 volts and 7.5 amps. So it's going to output a total power of 360 watts, and the back motor is 350 watts. So that is pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's definitely running low. The last juice is out of this battery pack. Oh, it's done. It's dead. There's no more battery left. It just turned off.
Sorry if it's noisy. I do have the climate control on because it is hot in here. But this is my trunk. This is the bike in my trunk. And we're going to take a look at the room I have in here. So in my Tesla Model 3, have all the space in here. I still have my bedding that's just laid down here. The bike is in the back. I am able to lay diagonally still. You can kind of fit 2 people if you are really snuggled up against each other. This still fits the bike in here. It's pretty cramped, but it fits well, and this is the interior view. So I have the seats right here. This one's pretty far back, so you could probably move it forward a little bit. I have a pillow, a few other pillows. Again, You totally fit like another person over here, and it's pretty good as long as they're not huge. If they're huge, sorry.
What does it look like from the back? This is pretty much it. I did push it pretty far in, so if you do pull it out a little bit, it does have a lot of space. It is easier if you remove the battery to put the bike in the car. There is barely just enough clearance for these handlebars, but they do go in, fits perfectly. In fact, you could probably get an even bigger bike than this one and fit it in here as well. Most bigger bikes will have these that fold up. These do not fold in, unfortunately. You can take them off, but I found it to be a chore, so left them on. And you see it does raise the bike height up a little bit, so if it was more flat, you would have more space for your handlebars to go in.